Hi there, Lindsay here, the Frugal Crafter. Today for Sketchbook Sunday, I'm actually going to play with something I haven't used in ages, and that's oil pastels. I've had a lot of questions about them lately, and I thought, that's something I really just want to play with a little bit more. Now, I'm not very familiar with this brand of oil pastels. It was sent to me with a bunch of other products because I did some videos for Royal and Langnickel, which will be available soon, so I thought I would give them a try. I'm working right in my sketchbook, and I wanted to keep a clean barrier because I know oil pastels can get a little messy, so I have blocked off an area with tape. I also wasn't sure that my sketchbook was going to be toothy enough to hold the oil pastel, so I'm using some Arteza water-based gouache, just some like regular gouache to lay down a just a plain pink color, but then I thought I wanted a little more texture in the color, so I thought I would add some of my dried gouache that's in my little tackle box there. I went a little overboard. I didn't realize how strong that blue would be on top of the fresh pink. I thought the pink might overwhelm it because I was using it right out of the tube, but the thing I really like about gouache is that it is strong even from the dry pan. So I basically worked in a kind of crisscrossed scumbly stroke to put down a background with some texture. And I just kept altering until I liked the texture that I had back there in the brush strokes. And I'm using some Zen and Mythos brushes from Royal and Langnickel. Their brushes, actually, as far as Royal and Langnickel, I have to say their brushes are what I love about that company, affordable synthetic brushes. They do have some non-synthetics as well, but I'm more focused on their synthetic stuff. I wanted to make sure this was really dry before I went over with my oil pastels, because if it wasn't, it was just going to scrape up that paint, and they wouldn't blend because oil and water don't mix, and the background is water-based, is a water-based paint. So it's totally fine to use those medias together, but you just want to follow the fat over lean rule, and that's when you put your lean layers down first, which would be like watercolor or gouache or acrylics, and then you layer up with your like oily media or your thicker media, your softer media, so you don't end up just scraping what's underneath off. So I started off by putting in some layers of yellows and greens, and you can see the pastel was crumbling quite a bit. After I did this video, I actually swatched out a few different brands of oil pastels that I had, and I did find the Royal Langnickel ones to be a little weak and waxy. So I'm going to do some more oil pastel in my sketchbook, but I think I'm going to stick to some different brands that I have because I think I'll have a little bit better result. Although I'm totally a believer of use what you have, because this painting did come out really cute, I think, when I'm all done. I did have some difficulty layering up the colors, and at this point I really wasn't sure if it was because my paper was on the smooth side or what, but I'm just going to kind of push along because that's what I do in my sketchbook. I push along, I look for solutions, and one of the reasons I like to do that, and I love the texture that I'm almost getting like a sgraffito texture where I'm going over and layering over more pastels to get that kind of like ombre avocado color and the avocado fruit, because I know that if you have a question and you post a comment like, Lindsay, I can't get my pastels to stick, what can I do? If I can overcome, and these are very, very inexpensive pastels, very, very, like a couple bucks for this whole set. So I know if you're having a trouble and you're like, geez, Lindsay, I tried this and I just couldn't get to work there. I'm brushing off all the crumbs because there were so many crumbs there. I'll have a solution for you because I will have used a product like that. If I only use a really expensive or just quality product and you're like, I'm having problems, I'm getting all these crumbles, nothing is sticking, what do I do? And I'm like, well, I don't know, I didn't have that problem. That's not going to help you out. So I am totally a believer in use what you have. Now here is a solution you can have if your oil pastels aren't sticking. I use my heat tool, and you can use a hair dryer because it will get warm enough. I'm using my heat tool to heat up the tip of the sticks there so I can color with them. If you were a teenager in the 80s, you probably remember sticking your eyeliner on your light bulb, like when you're putting your makeup in the morning, so you could get that super, super vibrant eyeliner, right? Yeah, so it's the same idea with your oil pastels. But I'm able to layer up and actually get a pretty saturated color with these, so I was pretty impressed, but the heat totally helped. There are heated boards that you can work on, obviously with like a single sheet, not a sketchbook, called an Icarus board. They're kind of expensive, but that's why they have it, so you can kind of get those saturated colors with oil pastel and pencil. I had to keep brushing off the crumbs on this, and I didn't have that with another inexpensive set of pastels that I used. And I will link, it was, I tried after I was done this, I tried some other brands, and I'll link those up in the video description so you can kind of see my recommendations. But I decided that I just wasn't getting the depth and the interest that I wanted to in this avocado painting. So I decided to turn to my oil paints, because one thing I rarely ever use oil pastel just as a media itself. I'll use it as a sketching medium under oil painting. And that's pretty much all I've ever really used oil pastels for. So it hasn't really bothered me that I didn't have like artist quality great oil pastels, because they did what they needed to do. And I would just go over them with oils, or I would dilute them with turpentine and do a painting that way, like when I was a teenager and just beginning to use oils. So I'm layering over with oils. Now, you're probably thinking, Lindsay, you are using oil paints in a sketchbook. Have you lost your mind? Well, maybe. Who knows? I could have lost it a long time ago. I mean, hey, if you're watching my channel, you probably could assume that I've already lost my mind. But the reason you wouldn't want to use oils on paper is that it could deteriorate the paper. I do have a layer of gouache underneath it. I do have a layer of oil pastel underneath it. So there is a bit of a paint and wax, like a chalk and wax barrier already between the oil paints and the paper. So I'm not too concerned about it. Plus it's my sketchbook where I'm not really concerned about too much stuff. What I may end up doing is gessoing the back of this paper, just in case there was any oil migration. It wouldn't go to the next painting. I don't tend to paint on the back sides of the pages of my sketchbook. I tend to use the back sides of like the previous paintings as a place to jot down notes or to test colors. So I'm generally only painting on one sheet in a sketchbook. I'm not painting on both pages, both sides of one sheet, if that makes sense. So no, I'm not too worried about it. And I do know there's other artists that paint in oils in their sketchbook. The big issue for me would be drying. So what I haven't used any oils with this. I mean, any oil medium, I should say. Just the paint on its own. It's not a full thick layer anywhere, and I'm going to leave my sketchbook clipped open on my easel to dry over the week so that I don't have to worry about my pages gluing together. And I'll probably tape in a piece of glassine on that opposite page, again, just to make sure if there is any oil on the surface, that it doesn't migrate to the next picture on the previous page. And basically what I'm doing is just doing my highlights and shadows. I have a mishmash of paints. You can mix and match your paints in pretty much every medium. I've got some Charvin oil paints. I really like those. I don't have many colors. I've got some Sennelier. I've got some, I think I'm just using the Charvin and the Sennelier right now. But I'm just basically doing some highlights and some shadows and just kind of doing those layers that I couldn't get with the oil pastel. That said, if you have a nicer set of oil pastels, you're probably not going to need to do this. This would be a extra step. If you have some issues blending, you can use some paint thinner like your Gamsol or your Turpenoid or your turpentine or whatever, your odorless mineral spirits, whatever you like to use, and a small brush, and you can liquefy and blend those colors just like you're using oil paint. So experiment. That's what this was for me. Just kind of playing and experimenting, and it led me to test out my oil pastels so I could use the ones that worked for my techniques the best. And I'm definitely gonna play with this a little bit more because I really had a good time, because it was kind of like doing a small scale oil painting. And I love using oils, but I tend to get in that frame of mind where, well, it's such a big ordeal. Do I want to get out the solvents? Do I want to get out this? Do I want to get out that? But you can work small. You can work in a sketchbook and you can still get that enjoyment. I didn't have a lot of drag, which was nice, like going over the oil pastels. If you were working on raw paper with the oil paints, it would just seep, like the oil and solvent would just like soak into the paper, and it would be very frustrating. But this was like working on a primed canvas with the perfect amount of tooth. It was really wonderful. Now I want to have a little bit of shadow on, like under the avocado kind of, so I'm just scumbling with my black oil pastel, just kind of crisscross, not really cross hatching, more of like a random scumbling stroke just to kind of get a little bit of weight there. And I really just want to make sure when I take that tape off, I'm going to have a really nice crisp border, and it's just going to be a kind of like a pop art piece. I always thought it'd be kind of fun to do just like big fruit and vegetables and stuff for my kitchen. They were just kind of fun and whimsical, and so maybe this will end up being a study for something I do on a larger scale later on down the road. But then again, I might be all avocadoed out by the end of this. I mean, it was very fun, but I don't know how much I'd want to paint an avocado again. I feel like I got my avocado satisfaction with this painting. I think it's fun to paint whatever you whatever strikes your fancy. I don't think any one thing is more difficult to paint than another, but this is definitely a very simple study. So it's a great way to break yourself into a different media. Maybe for you it's gouache, maybe for you it's watercolor, it might be pastel or colored pencil. And for me, it was just playing with my oil pastels for the, to do an actual sketch with them instead of using them as a background, which I did end up using them as a background. But hey, you never know where your art journey is going to take you sometime. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial today. If so, please give me a thumbs up. Thanks for watching. Until next time, happy crafting.